Hello, howdy doody, buckaroonies, and welcome back to Charity Stream Week. Hopefully this is working. Seems like things might be goofed on the tablet. Nope, we're good. Hello, welcome back to Charity Stream Week. This is Charity Stream Week, night number 4. And I'm just messaging Ben here to make sure we are all good. So welcome back, y'all. Basically, yeah, Charity Stream Week, in case you haven't heard the word. Every night this week, I'm streaming in support of Hot Rod's Garage. It's a senior animal sanctuary, which is right down the road from my house, and they are looking for some donations. And we're almost done, which is awesome. We've almost cleared out everything they want on their wish list. My goal by tomorrow night is to have it all gone. So there's a link down in the description below to an Amazon wish list. You can go there and donate something to help out some senior animals and help them have a fantabulous holiday, which is super, super cool. And then you could tell your neighbor, like, how much of a better person you are than them. And, like, how great is that? And if you donate something and you prove it in my Discord by posting your receipt with your sensitive bits redacted, that means you could be entered for a giveaway. Every single night of Charity Stream Week, I'm giving away 1 copy of Arteria Pigments for one $100 Perfect Circuit gift card, 1 copy of Lunacy Audio's Cube with all of the expansions, PSP AudioWare lets you pick 3 plugins, whatever ones you want, and a copy of UVI Falcon along with all of the available Falcon expansions. Every single night. There are only 2 nights left, so tonight, if you donate something and enter, you'll have a better chance than winning tomorrow when the last entries inevitably come in and more people have donated more things. So, there are only a few options left to win, and you could win big. With that, tonight, I am going to be hanging with my guy Ben Jordan, who's going to be streaming on his new channel called Alpha Basic. Alpha Basic Live is the channel, and we're going to be playing this game called the Battle of Polytopia, which I've only played for about 4 seconds, so I'm like still a bit rusty, but this should be fun. It's kind of like chess, but kind of not. In the meantime, I did want to give a very quick shout out to Midi News, which is on sale right now in the Steam store for only $10. It's 60% off. This is a really, really cool non-linear sequencer. And I've got something fired up here I figured we would jam with while we wait for Ben. So all the MIDI is coming from Midi News. That's feeding a patch on my Waldorf Iridium, and that is being run through Reaper. So hello everyone, looks like we got people tuning in. Smadger, what up? Oh, I also got a picture from the animal sanctuary this morning. So this is from Hot Rod's Garage. It looks like this dog got one of the new beds and just refuses to leave. So that's pretty cool. That means we've done some good work here, folks. Viral Beats, what's going on? MIDI News works standalone too. Yes, you can use it in standalone, you just need a MIDI routing app. So I'm just running it through Reaper. We should be just about ready to give Ben a call. I need to drink my smoothie because I'm fucking starving. Submit songs for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's stream submissions will be open when the stream starts. All right, it's about time to call Ben. Let's wind this jam down. That is Midi Noose. It's really, really cool. It's available on Steam right now. 60% off. Only $10. It's pretty cool. And it comes with some demo projects from ya boy. All right. Was a quick doodle of my noodle with Midi Noose. Let's give Ben a call and let's do this. Gotta make sure Ben can hear me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? I don't know that Ben can hear me. Uh-oh. Make sure Ben can hear me. This is not good. Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Good. Okay, cool. Are you ready for this? Why is this not working? Oh no. Do I need to... So maybe are you still there, Ben?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there we go. All right, are we ready for this? That's weird. Discord, I can see that you're talking on Discord, but sometimes it's not coming through. That's weird.
Okay, I see what's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Little technical issue here. Give us a moment, folks.
I apparently don't know how push to talk works.
Oh, okay.
Weird. Yeah, I thought that if I was lit up green, that meant that it was working, but okay. So I need to add you on Steam.
I already added you, so we should be good to go. I'm going to start up Polytopia here.
Are we doing a 30 move match or a, I don't know, a death match or whatever?
Let's do 30 move, I guess.
Yeah, that way, I suppose if it goes super fast, we could go again.
All right, I should be able to... Let me make sure that this is coming through on stream. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, now I just got to figure out how to... Oh, I got to enable some kind of permission or something. There we go. I'm connecting to the server. Start a local pass. I'm like, how do I invite you to a game? New game?
Yeah, I guess I create a game.
Okay. Maybe you need to invite me. I don't see an option to invite.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll call it the Plains of Faith. It's online. Game mode Glory Might. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea.
Oh, I see. First person to reach 10,000 points. That's weak. Let's go 15,000. Dry lens. Let's go with a normal map size. And, ooh, a live game. Okay, cool. I'm going to pick Luxador, I suppose.
I guess I just have to wait for you to invite me then.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to... Okay, I have to send you an invite link. And then I will paste it.
Okay.
Now, there we go.
All right. Got it. Joining. All right, let's do this. Just gonna double check that I'm...
What tribe have you picked?
None of your business.
Oh yeah, right. That's true. That's proprietary information.
That's
right
privileged information right now. Okay, I guess I need to open.
This is a tiny map.
Okay, so I guess I have to wait for you to take your turn.
Yeah, it's my
Okay,
turn at the
got it.
moment.
I've never played this online, so if I look like a total idiot during the stream, that is why.
This is my first multiplayer Polytopia game.
What game is this? This is called the Battle of Polytopia. It's basically just like a strategy game where Ben like kicks my ass and makes me feel bad. Haven't you been playing this on your phone for like ages?
Yeah, this has been like one of the only Android games that I've actually really enjoyed in my life.
Great. So Ben is just gonna wipe the fucking floor with me, apparently.
People on my channel here are they said that they're betting on you.
Really? Well, they have way more faith in me than I do.
I think you seem more like a gamer than I do.
Oh. That's probably because I'm like super hip and young. I don't know.
Do you know that the term hipster comes from people who used to like go to jazz clubs, but they were like too high to stand up, so they would just lay down and like, or sit, like lay on their hips.
That sounds like something someone made up.
Apparently that's the origin of it.
This is the game. I wanted to see someone bleeding. Yeah, I was going to try and get Ben to play like Ready or Not with me or something, but I don't know that he plays those types of games.
What is Ready or Not? Is that like a marriage game or something?
Yeah, it's like The Bachelor, but with guns. No, it's like a SWAT tactical game. So you do like a, you know, active shooter thing, and you have to like breach the building and kill them and whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored with games where you shoot people. Believe
Really?
it or not.
I never get bored of that. That's like all I want to do is blow things up. My money is on Cameron unless caves are involved. That's actually probably a good thought.
All right, then Minecraft next.
Yeah, let's do Minecraft next. Okay. I can't really do anything else. Okay. So for those of you not familiar with the game, basically this is kind of like chess, but kind of like a 4X game. So it's somewhere between like Civ and chess is the way I view it.
It's like a really simple Civ.
Fat Rat, what's going on, man? RTS game. Yeah, it's just a 4X like turn-based I don't know thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Booyah! I feel like this is the part where we like should be trash talking each other or something.
Yeah, it's hard to do with real-time strategy.
Yeah, I feel like we're trash talking during an RTS
This isn't
game.
real-time, but yeah, this is like turn-based strategy, but still, yeah.
Yeah, trash talking during those just doesn't work. It'd be like, you look like you have a funny middle name. Don't do it. I don't know that he can attack me yet. Do you play CSGO? I do play CSGO. Okay. The leader of Alpha Basics salutes you friendly but pays no attention to your tiny realm. Wow, thanks. Kind of a...
That's mighty condescending.
Yeah, I was going to say that's kind of a
to
dick.
tell you that.
It's kind of a dick move. Ben is not impressed with your tiny kingdom. And let's see. You go here, and you go here. Okay. Do you ever make trap beats? For fun, I've made trap beats, but I don't think you want to hear the trap beats I've made. There you go, Ben. There's an interesting one. So in your work and like licensing and stuff, what's the oddest genre you've had to make that people wouldn't expect?
Probably Indian contemporary or yeah, like country.
Indian contemporary.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Indian people and a lot of them are marketed towards. And so, yeah, they a lot of like hiring an Indian singer and stuff like that.
Interesting. Did you have to learn about like the rags and stuff like that, like the scale systems and whatnot?
Yeah, the ragas, yeah.
Yeah.
They're yeah, I learned about them when I bought a sitar. I got a sitar in like 2001 or something, and I remember I bought some books on how to play it, and I was like, "What the fuck is an M note?" you know.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I sort of got. I didn't really learn it, but I got the overall like idea of you know.
Bro, I want to hear the trap beats you have made. I think I posted one under DJ Grumpy Gills, but I don't know that it was really trap. It was just more like stupid music.
Yeah, making a good trap beat's not easy.
I feel like that's the thing. When I was younger, I used to really shit on electronic music, and then when I tried making like any electronic music for the first time, back when FL was still Fruity Loops, I was like, "Oh, this is way harder than I thought."
Yeah, I heard about that stuff forever with people being like, "Oh, I should just sell out and make EDM," and it's like, well, then do it, try it, make an EDM track that actually gets people moving and gets attention and all that stuff, and nobody's stopping you.
I feel like that's half the YouTube comments though too. Is just like, "Oh, this sucks. I could do this." Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
I'm sure if they could, they wouldn't be like, talking about how they could.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, well, we seem to have gotten our archer in a bind here. Cam admits to using Fruity Loops. Yeah, back when
Admits to like heroin or something.
I have a dark past. Yeah, back when like LimeWire was a thing, I downloaded FL because someone in my school told me about it, and I tried it for like 15 minutes and I couldn't understand it, and I'm still too much of a boomer to understand FL. But Ben is trying to convert me slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's a different setup.
But yeah, I mean, God, that would have been FL back in like 2000 and something, 2007, 2008. This was like a long time ago now.
In 2007, I had won a Cannes Award for something that I had composed in FL.
Really?
Yeah. But it was like a super big secret back then because everybody was like using Pro Tools and stuff. And so
Right.
I'd be like, I wouldn't tell anybody that I was using FL because like it would be deemed unprofessional or something by the overall, bigger studio industry.
Which is so dumb. But that is like literally how it is though.
I didn't mind, really, because it was like, all right, well, I'm getting more done per hour of work, it seems, than anybody in Pro Tools, so I'm totally happy with this.
Well, it seems we have found ourselves in an interesting situation, folks. All right, we're just going to go on the offense. And then Ben's going to like come in clutch and just fucking destroy me here in a second. Okay, well. Absolutely love the cave reverb videos you guys made. Yeah, unfortunately the algorithm didn't. That was really, really fun though.
I feel like that video was the one that made me officially kind of stop caring about the algorithm so much and just, realize that it's a marathon, not a
Yeah.
not a race.
Does FL have a score view? I don't know. Does FL have any like notation system?
Kind of a ghetto one, yeah.
Huh.
But like nothing has a good score view. Like DAWs, Like I don't know of a DAW that has a great score.
I think the only one I've actually used was in Cubase, and I thought it was just
Yeah.
insanely frustrating.
Yeah, and then Cubase, Steinberg also owns MuseScore. Is
Right.
that the name of it? Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't remember any good experience with any of that. Okay, Ben is trying to... Ben's trying to take all my shit. Yeah, we are in a wee bit of a situation. Okay, close enough. If I buy you Squirrel with a gun on Steam, will you play it on stream? I have no idea what that is.
It's probably a virus.
Oh, Steinberg is Dorico. That's right, Smadger.
Oh, yeah, Dorico. Yeah,
Yeah.
what a weird name, too. It's like, I am Dorico.
Because I think that's it. We're like part of... Because I guess that's like Cubase, though. It's Cubase and Nuendo. It's just Cubendo now. And like part of the Dorico ecosystem was put into Cubase later on or something like that. Because maybe that was what I ran into. It was just some like weird watered down version of that. And it was just like not fun to use at all.
I let my licenses expire for Nuendo and Cubase. I like officially left the ecosystem.
Yeah, Cubase is cool, but it just got so bloated. And like half the stuff doesn't work for me anymore. The direct offline processing and things like that just do not work for me.
It's just the licensing system. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It's like you have to pay for 0.5 version, like incremental,
Yeah.
not even incremental versions, but like patch updates. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, which does get really expensive though, like year after year after year. But that's why, yeah, Cubase, I think I only upgraded every version.
Well, but then don't you get penalized in price? Like, isn't it way more money to do it that
Yeah,
way?
I think it's $99 every 0.5 and then $150 every one edition, something like that.
Bunch of dicks.
But the price, it changed at some point because I remember it got to a point where I was just like, I waited several years to upgrade, but then it was like $400 to upgrade. Okay. Now we're starting to get somewhere. So I think our next... You know, Ben, I'm in a situation where I do not trust you.
Well, yeah, we're playing against each other, so.
Oh, end turn. Cameron, do you ever use Drambo or Nano Studio 2? I've never heard of that.
Drambo is the shit.
What is that?
It is incredible. It's like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a modular environment for iPad, for iOS.
Yeah, I don't have any iPad stuff, so
it is so like unique too. Like it's really it's really good.
Maybe I need to get on the iPad train. I saw one at like the pawn shop here for like $50. It was an older one, so I don't know if it would run stuff, but
Yeah, I would just maybe when the 2023 one comes out. I mean, they're not bad if you're. I don't know. I guess I'd choose between a laptop and that.
How can I download your silky smooth voice? Just like whiskey and cigarettes for a year. .dll. All right. Oh shit. Well.
I was talking to Jamie Lydell for quite a while yesterday, and I realized how like amazing his voice is, just like how clear it is and everything. Just like I was thinking about it, I was like, my voice sounds like a fucking rotting corpse compared to his. But he is like an incredible vocalist, so he takes care of it.
Yeah, I love that at NAMM he would just asked if or what did he say? Something about like he seems like he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Just the fact that that's how he described me, that made my day.
Well, yeah, I think you were just kind of like, you're like, here I am.
Yeah,
I guess I'll just go over here. And and he was just like, do we need to put him on suicide watch?
Emotional support panther. Thoughts? I know my dad wants an emotional support ostrich or something like that. So, I mean, if you can get the emotional support license for it, go for it. Have you guys tried Avenger? VPS Avenger? The, like, plugin?
VPN Adventure.
VPN
Avenger.
Avenger. Why is my stream looking a bit goofy? It's probably just this stupid tablet.
How's your computer working out with the...
Fucking fingers crossed. It seems to be running okay now that I've reseated the graphics card like 14 times. But yeah, I think I'm about ready just to have Santa bring me a bunch of components and just build one and then sell this. Avenger by Vengeance. No, I haven't used it, but I've heard a bunch about it. But I don't know, like, I'm just kind of in a position where I feel like the last thing I need is just more damn plugins.
I guess I'll broadcast this to your channel too. Anybody watching, this game is incredible. Like whether you play it on mobile, it's on Switch, it's on...
It's on like everything, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Steam is like the most complete version for the amount of money, but like... Yeah, I think you could even get like cheaper versions. Not saying to go to G2A or something, but there are like discount sites that aren't G2A that are a little bit classier that sell pretty cheap versions of this too. But it is worth the money in my opinion.
It's addicting too. Like when I played it for the first night, that was just all I did for hours. Okay, and don't really think we can do anything else yet. What is the game called? This is the Battle of Polytopia. When I was 16, I used to smoke and hyper-focus on Polytopia.
I mean, this game hasn't been around that long, so you must be like 17 now or 18.
Oh my god. Yeah, now I feel like I'm a million years old. Shit was a vibe for real. Oh god, I'm getting way too old. This is awful. $19 turning 20. This was like 3 years ago. Man, what was I doing when I was 20? Just like being a piece of shit. Dang. Okay. Shouldn't we be like doing gaming streamer stuff where we're just like, oh my god, bro, oh, legendary? Isn't that what people do when they play games on the internet?
Yeah, I don't think we have what it takes apparently to do it the way that they do it.
That's what I was telling my wife. I was like, yeah, I'm like doing a stream week and whatever, and then I was just got to a point where I was like, I don't think I'm exciting enough to be a streamer.
Yeah, I think we need to like upsell everything that we're doing.
Yeah. Oh my god, left click. Holy shit. What? More controversy, please. I don't know. I think I had enough controversy after that which shall not be named. I think I'm kind of good.
Which one?
Fair. What?
This is such a small map that it's an entirely different style of play for me. Like usually
Yeah.
I'm like off in my own area, like building a fleet of boats and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, is this smaller than the normal map?
Way smaller.
Okay, I was gonna say. I feel like normally there's quite a bit more to do, and this is definitely down on the scale of things.
On a scale from 1 to 10 for everybody watching this, how exciting is it to watch this on like both screens? Is it actually something that's worth doing?
Online gaming is more fuck, man. Get your fucking shit out of my fucking face. Yeah, that's what we should do. I'll just play Counter-Strike with Ben, and we'll just swear at each other all night. A 7. Well above 5.
That's really awesome to hear.
At least 6. Okay, I'm giving it a soft 6.
That's more than I would give any game, I think. What would be the most boring game to watch? Like Animal Crossing, maybe? Might be the most boring game to watch in a stream.
Papers, Please. That one is...
Oh, yeah. That'd be pretty bad.
Or what's that one where it's like driving? Or, yeah, Bus Simulator, whatever that one was.
Oh, the Penn and Teller one, yeah.
Solitaire.
They made... Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they made the most boring game?
Yeah,
like,
where it's
purpose,
like driving from Nevada to something, just straight road forever for like 7 hours. Bus Simulator, yeah. Is there a color code here? Not really. So the purple dudes are Ben, the green hat guys are me, and then these borders that are tan are mine, and then the borders that are purple are his. But like the rest of the map is just the map. There's not really anything to it. We just have to prepare to give Ben the old boink boink here. Except we're about to find ourselves in a bit of a shit pickle. Well, piss.
And I wonder if this is more exciting than watching somebody play with a DAW.
I don't know. That's a thing. Like, yeah, making music is like not a super exciting process to watch half the time, I think, and I imagine this is about on the same level. No. You absolute dick. Make a game called DAW Wars where it's just two artists fighting over FL Studio and Reaper. Wait.
Yeah, isn't that our channel
I
anyway?
was gonna say that's what we should do for another stream, is just yell at each other about DAW choices. Yeah, I've never understood just like the weird level of tribalism with DAWs, because it's like, don't you just want to use whatever works? Unless you're Ben and it's FL, then you just want FL all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like a lot of people, something that like a lot of people don't really acknowledge much is that there's a lot of people who don't make music. Like they just kind of collect software and
Right.
hardware and stuff, and that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like that's weirdly a demographic that like is kind of unmentioned in a lot of circles.
I feel like that's a lot of hardware things too. Like, I feel like the majority of hardware people that like I get requests from for like, you know, could you do a video on this? Or, like, could you look at this, or could you talk about this or whatever? I feel like most of the time it's just people who are really into like collecting hardware, and they just want to know about the new thing. Like, they're not really going to make a ton of music with it or something. They just want to like talk about it, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's just like intense consumerism in a way, which is like, again, I don't really have a problem with it. Like it's a lot of people collect a lot of things. People collect NFTs, and so it's like hardware. Hardware is at least like a tangible thing. It's so weird because I see everything at once in like one screen, and I'm not used to that because I usually play on my phone. I'm used to this being like hyper localized, which is kind of an interesting dynamic.
Okay, we need to do a bunch of this. Okay, that didn't really help. Well, I don't think we can do much more right now. Still great to hear you guys banter about. I feel like that's half the reason people tune in, though, is just like, we're just gonna talk. Who's winning? I don't think anyone's winning right now.
You are by 600 points.
Oh, right, because the score at the top of the screen, I don't know if you guys can see that in the stream, that's based off your population, right? Or something like that?
I think so, yeah. I think there's a bunch of different factors, but yeah.
Kind of depressing, though, if you got all this expensive gear, but your shit sounds lame. I mean, some people, yeah, kind of like Ben said, they just like to collect hardware. Which, like, I mean, that's fine. You know, it's like my dad.
And
my dad's not a great guitar.
What does lame mean?
Yeah, that, I mean, you know, it might be fun for them. They, yeah, might not be selling out like fucking Carnegie Hall or something anytime soon, but yeah, I would say lame is kind of a relative thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would find my music lame.
As my wife called you, the light bulb.
Yeah, and that's been done. I got called like the flashlight when I toured with Dillinger Escape Plan, and there's still that like this hardcore anti electronic sort of metal vibe in not from Dillinger themselves, of course, but like from just that scene.
I feel like metal's one of those really passionate communities, though.
I guess, yeah, they're pretty toxic. It's a pretty terrible community. Like, it makes our community look good, in my opinion. The metal community is pretty bad. And I think I say that just because I see, like, what Sarah Longfield deals with. Like, in terms of just, like, it seems like it's an entire generation behind in, like, how appropriate certain things are.
Right. Well.
I was looking at World War II RTSs and I was like thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be a fun multiplayer. But then it's like one of us has to be like Germany.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like we can't like play England versus America, you know.
What about his toxic? Trash Talk writes, Cam, tear that arrogant ghoul apart. Metalheads try not to be racist for 30 minutes. Impossible challenge. I don't know. I don't know that I met a ton of metalheads that were like racist, but I feel like a lot of them were just super elitist dick faces a lot of the times. I'm just like, dude, you don't listen to my sugar, pussy.
Yeah, I would say that like the sexism is probably more
Absolutely
prevalent than anything else.
Plus, metal was very neckbeardy. I noticed that a lot of people like, yeah, let's get in the mosh pit, but like,
right.
But if there are any women in the mosh pit, you let me know.
Yeah,
I'm here to protect you. That kind of shit. It was very, very neckbeardy. Okay, Ben is like really fucking my shit up here. Dogs D&D. What the F? I thought that might be music. Are y'all trying to de-elevate the synth punk level? Yeah, we're just doing a gaming stream because it's charity stream week and I'm out of ideas. It's Christmas. Yeah, I don't really... I streamed making music last night. I streamed music stuff the other couple nights. And tomorrow you can send in your music. We can listen to your music tomorrow, and I don't have to
this
do
week
music stuff.
on average, I've been making music 14 hours a day, probably.
Nice. Are you working on non-album, right?
Yeah, just making random, weird, hard jazz stuff.
Hard jazz. Is it like what's that genre hard style where the kicks are just... Is it that, but with like jazz over the top?
No, it's like I would think that like a lot of people would probably find it unlistenable unless they were like, it's very reminiscent of like the 70s when like, I don't know, jazz and like Jimi Hendrix jazz inspired sort of weirdness was going on where it's just really abrasive and odd.
So like Dillinger Escape Plan jazz.
Yeah, not quite that abrasive, but yeah, I guess more jazz than Dillinger.
Yep, piss. Okay, well. Hard jazz meant erect jazz. Yeah, no, I've been working on music too, but like, I don't know, it's kind of like my winter break thing. I don't really work on music unless I'm on like a vacation period, and then I just write a ton of music during that time, and then the rest is just like work music.
Yeah, it kind of, it gets rough with this. I mean, just with everything I do, I always have to remember that like music's still going to be #1 priority.
You bastard.
I really thought that would have creamed that dude, but it didn't.
I think it only one-shots them if they have that like sweating thing above their head.
And that's new. That wasn't like an original Polytopia feature. Like that's a new thing. You used to not know. And
this is an interesting looking software synth. Yeah, this is a new VST called the Battle of Polytopia, and it's actually semi-modular. So that's pretty sick.
My turn.
Oh, shit. Okay, well. Ah, shit. I can't see. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I feel like this is one of those games that's like really slow until things start happening.
And then it's usually over pretty fast.
Yeah, like once you get your whole strategy set, then the game like goes really, really quick. Okay. Right, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna be there. Okay.
Do you play Rocket League? I play some Rocket League.
I haven't played Rocket League, no. It seemed like one of those games that's too young for me. I feel like kids would yell at me.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't even have the audio on.
I feel like that's most online games, though. And like the rare time I play online games, I swear that's half the problem is just a bunch of kids screaming.
Well, yeah, that's why I've never touched Counter-Strike. I've just been like,
Yeah, Counter-Strike's pretty awful with that. Get off my digital lawn. Exactly. Why does it seem like instrument-playing guys fear their wives? Yeah, I'd say I fear my wife.
well, I don't know what that means. Instrument playing guys, like, it just handed the turn over to you. I keep forgetting that there's like a term time limit.
Yeah, I think it's like 60 seconds. Well. Oh, that was not the move I wanted to make. Whoops. Well. Okay. We gotta be smart here. Gotta use big brain. Okay. I think now we're ready. I was thinking of all the memes of guys needing their wife's permission to buy a new bass or a new synth. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that anymore with YouTube. Things just show up and I don't get yelled at.
Yeah, that is a thing. I imagine that I've probably caused a few divorces.
Luckily, though, I'm also, like, at this point, I don't even want anything else. I can't, like, name a piece of gear. I'm just really, really wanting. Like, I kind of want to buy a new guitar someday, but really not on my priority list.
Yeah, it's funny the amount of, I feel like most people wouldn't believe the amount of gear that we turn down.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but like, yeah, my P.O. box stuff just shows up and half of it just immediately goes back because I'm just like, I don't care. Plus, I'm kind of wondering how my P.O. box got sent to like so many companies somehow.
Yeah, have you gotten anything sent to you that like you didn't ask for?
Oh, a
or
ton.
have any? Yeah, that's kind of it's weird because it's this weird like now you have this like weird guilt thing, and now I just see it as like an act of aggression. Like I'm mad about it.
Well, I get all sorts of emails too from like companies, you know, hey, we make some, you know, fucking plugin or whatever, and like I never give out my email, so it's really weird that stuff like that just happens.
One of my favorite things is when sometimes I'll be like a company will reach out, or especially it'd be like a marketing person that like a company hires, and
the marketing person for like Kazakhstan.
But it'll just be like for some software, like an app or something, and then like they won't just give you a free license. Like they'll want you to like be in agreement to make an entire video for a free license. And it's like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like commit to make a video for a free, you know, $50. And it's just like it's so silly too, because like a free license, I don't know. If I had a software company, I would be giving free licenses to everybody.
Well, why
every
wouldn't
YouTuber
you? It doesn't
I knew
cost you anything.
and it's a tax write-off
Right.
at the license fee. Like you could actually write off the taxes for the amount of the software, which is like, if you're turning a profit, you can pretty much, as we're about to learn from Trump's tax return, that like not turning a profit is very good.
Yeah, can I at least try first? No, that's the thing. Yeah, Weaver, is like some of the stuff you get sent, people are like, we'll send you this if you make a video on it. And that's the condition, which is just like, for software is bizarre. And for hardware too, it's just like, why, what am I going to make if it shows up and I hate it? Just like a review of, oh, this sucks, don't buy it. Like that's a waste of my time and that's a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, and also like at this point when you like if I make a video and I have a sponsor on the video, like a VPN or something like that, right? If I just made a video that was like pure fun and had a VPN sponsor, like, you know, that's worth more than pretty much any, like in terms of just like general finance, it's worth more than any piece of gear I could be sent, unless it's like a Moog One or something, right? Like just because, you know, it's just how much do these videos go for?
Right. That's what I need is like my first mobile game ad. That's the money I want. I really wonder how much those pay.
I mean, I've gotten what, 3,500, 4,000 area for VPNs. And I've still not done it.
Okay.
Manscaped offered me like over 5 for just one integration.
To talk about shaving your nuts.
Yep.
Sick. I feel like I should have more strategy to what I'm doing, but I'm feeling pretty good. Venus Theory, have you ever tried F Expansion Geist? Yeah, I have it. It's really cool. I really wish that F Expansion was like still a thing, but Rolly seemed to absorb them and just like leave the software alone. But yeah, Geist is cool. It's a really fun sequencer. Dangerous to be watching both streams at once from Nornek. If you put on like a tablet and a smartphone and just put one on one eye and one on the other eye, that's how you watch 2 streams at the same time.
It's 3D.
Ben, you can't sponsor Manscaped. I've seen you. That wouldn't be authentic. What was your first hardware synth? Mine was the OG Arturia Mini Brute. That was it, not the one with like the patch matrix. It was just the like straight up Mini Brute, like one oscillator thing.
I never see a clock when it comes to my turn.
I see it on my screen every time. Does it show mine on yours?
Yeah, it shows yours, but not mine.
Oh, so you don't even know how much time you've taken.
Yeah, I'm always just like, I don't know. I guess I'll hurry.
Okay.
January 6th over here.
I swear to God, Ben, if you get my channel canceled. Let's see. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Damn it. Okay. What was your first synth, Ben?
Casio SK1.
Don't even know what that is.
Very, very old little Casio sampler thing.
An SH101. Yeah, SH101's a good one, though. I guess maybe it wasn't at the time, but... Ben, do you use MIDI guitar for sequencing? I like how people are asking questions in my chat, and I'm just asking the questions to you.
Yeah, like I have a channel. Although I'm not really looking at my chat, to be fair. I'm like too hyper focused on what's happening in the game. I guess sometimes for sequencing. Not terribly often. Not as much as like some people would assume, but yeah, I do.
Are MIDI guitars like solid now? I used one forever ago and it sucked, but that was over a decade ago now. I assume the tech has gotten a lot better.
They're no more or less solid than they were like 10 years ago, literally. Honestly, I think the Roland GK, as much as I want there to be like a cooler, smaller company or something, the Roland GK is probably the best.
Ben, do you listen to Playboy Cardi? This is the Ben Jordan interview.
Do I listen to who?
Playboy Cardi.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's spelled C-A-R-T-I. Not that that makes any difference, but it's Playboy Carti.
Nah. Shopping carty.
It's the only DJ I listen to is Shopping Cart. Let's see. No. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was a dumb idea. Yeah, that was super stupid.
Weirdly, it says that you have like 10 minutes remaining in your turn.
What?
Yeah, it says waiting for you to play, and it says like 9 minutes and 47 seconds. Yet I seemingly only get like 60 seconds or something.
I swear I only see a minute for yours every time.
Maybe I set it up weird.
What is even going on here? This is Gaming Night with Ben Jordan, who is streaming live on Alpha Basic Live, his new streaming channel. You should go subscribe to it. And I am doing Charity Stream Week, which I guess I should reintroduce while Ben is playing. So yeah, I am streaming every single night this week in support of Hot Rod's Garage Senior Animal Sanctuary. And there's an Amazon wish list linked down in the description, and you can go there and buy them supplies. And if you donate supplies, you can be entered for a giveaway. Every single night of Charity Stream Week, I am giving away one copy of Arturia Pigments 4, one $100 Perfect Circuit gift card, Lunacy Audio's Cube with all expansions, PSP AudioWare lets you pick 3 plugins, and UVI is giving away Falcon plus all of the Falcon expansions. So if you donate anything from the Amazon wishlist down in the description and prove it in my Discord, you can enter to win. So we're gaming for a good cause. And also because I had no other ideas of what to do for Stream Week. Stellar Cartographer. Love you guys. Big fan of both your channels. Happy holidays. Well, happy holidays to you too.
Has anybody yelled at you about your choice of charity yet?
Oh, I think one person was pissed off about it. But that was just like, whatever, fuck you, shut up. I feel like that's half the internet, though. There is no right move to make, ever.
That about my ACLU stuff all the time.
I don't know why I'm attacking your super unit. Like, that's gonna do fucking anything.
Yeah, he's just like eating hoagies, just like
whatever. Come at me, bro. What was that movie? Sausage Party, the douche.
I've never seen it. I think though, if I saw like a movie called Sausage Party, I'd be like, I'm not gonna press play on that. I know what that is.
Don't even want to know. Come on. Wham. Give me a temple. Give me a lumber. Yeehaw. We just gotta... Oh, we're out of stuff to do. Okay, well.
Do you know what a harmangi is? Do you know those things?
Maybe? What is it?
They're like these boards that sort of, it's like a guitar and a piano together.
Oh, the harpeggi thing?
Yeah, harpeggi.
Yeah. I saw one of those
like,
on Instagram the other day, and I was like, damn, I really want that.
Yeah, I really want one. And then every time I'm like, think of one application where I would use this in my music, and I'll buy it. And I never can.
They're not cheap either. Yep. I feel like when I looked it up, it was a little more than I was willing to spend on just like
they're like
a win.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
I'm sure they're cool, but like, yeah, I'm not dropping $5,000 on something I don't know how to play and that I have no idea if I'm ever gonna touch.
And one of the people who is often on those Instagram videos, I asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I pretty much just play it out of obligation a lot
because I spent $5,000 on it."
No, because they sent him a free one. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just made the dumbest mistake of my life.
Harmangi is when you have to complete a track or leave the DAW or you die. Look for a contact instrument. I think Ben still doesn't like contact.
I fucking hate contact.
I do too. Yeah, I was working on a contact library for a client thing a little while ago, and it just reminded me of how much I just despise working in contact.
I mean, I don't even know. I think I have 4 terabytes of contact libraries. Like, just because it was like the only like professional grade sampler.
For a really long time though, too. Like there really was not a good alternative.
And also, that's like all anybody made libraries for a really long time. It was kind of absurd.
Oh, man, this is not going to plan.
Yeah, it's not a trap at all.
Well. Nope. Well, shit. Yeah, I feel like I have to be a lot smarter to play this game well. Okay, whatever. Okay, Diamond Cafe. Thoughts? I don't know what that is. That's my thoughts.
Is that one of those YouTube streaming channels?
I don't know.
Live Jazz Cafe something or other.
Weird. Okay, so now you have like a little over a minute. Does the amount of time you get, like, is that based on your score? Why would I have 10 minutes?
Or maybe
it
has to, maybe it has to do with how long I take versus how long. I have no idea. I feel like I might Google that before we go into another game, just to figure out exactly what the heck's going on.
He's really good. He sounds like Prince for a 20-year-old Canadian white kid. I have no idea who that is then. Yeah, I don't really actively seek out a ton of new music. Kind of listen to the same things over and over again. Venus Theory and Ben, what is your favorite way to prepare steak? I'll let Ben go first, and then I can judge him if he's wrong.
I've had 2 steaks in my adult life. One was with Cameron.
Yeah, in Georgia.
And then the other was last night.
Oh, yeah? Did you make it, or did you go out somewhere?
Nah, I went to like the nicest restaurant. It was a jazz club, but it's also like the nicest restaurant in Atlanta.
Oh, cool. I don't know how to make my move here. Well. Okay. Boink. What is that like bird noise that keeps happening where it's like it's like driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, they need to hire someone a little better. They just need to make a more diverse background landscape.
Well, yeah, when I played it too by myself, like the music was driving me crazy because it was the same like 16 bar loop.
Yeah, that like weird. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's awful.
But yeah, so let's see. My way of preparing a steak. So what I typically do is I start with a pan sear in a cast iron. So I'll just salt and pepper is really all you need. Maybe some steak seasoning on it. I like there's like a hamburger seasoning from Walmart that's pretty good. Or just like a dry rub depending on the steak. But usually I'll do that, pan sear it just to get a nice crust on it. Then I'll throw that in the oven with 2 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of olive oil, about a clove of garlic, and then any additional, like a little bit of rosemary or something, and then finish it off in the oven like that, and that usually turns out really damn good. But surprisingly, and I did not believe this until I tried it, but surprisingly, one of the best steaks I've ever had was doing it in the air fryer. Which, like, I did not believe until I tried it. And I think I read about it right after we bought an air fryer, and I was like, oh, bullshit, that sounds awful. And it was actually pretty legit. And it's really
I have an
easy.
air fryer that I've never used. I was like promised that I don't know, for some reason I was like, well, this is it. I'll cook at home now. And then I never did.
Yeah, the air fryer, like, it's way more useful than you think for cooking. I was kind of surprised at how much I ended up really using it.
I mean, it's pretty similar to like a toaster oven, isn't it? In terms
more or
of
less,
like,
yeah.
usefulness, yeah.
Okay, well. Venus Theory, have you heard of Playboy Cardi? I've heard of Playboy Cardi, but I couldn't name a song or anything. I'm telling you, Venus Theory cooking channel is on the cards. Maybe for like an end of the year special, maybe we'll do cooking with Cameron. Oh boy, we are in trouble. I feel like Ben has just been leading me on and he's just about to fucking destroy my whole thing here. I'm getting hustled at like pool or something. Air fryer, interesting. Yeah, so an air fryer, just take like a New York strip, throw that in there, take like 2 tablespoons of butter, or just a tablespoon if you don't want a ton. Quarter that up and just kind of place it on top of the steak, salt, pepper, whatever you do. Throw that in for 15 minutes. And yeah, it's like one of the best steaks I've had. And it's so easy. Okay, how are we gonna do this?
The one thing that I can't like get over with like air fryer steaks is that like, I don't know, just like that weird statistic about how that's like all that pedophiles eat.
What?
Yeah, like I just can't get past that. Like something like if you eat air fryer steaks, then like you're something like there's a 70% chance that you're a pedophile.
Okay. I wonder.
Yeah, sorry.
I really need more information on that now.
Yeah, just give it a search on Google Scholar.
Or is that one of those statistics?
If you can't find it, then it's fake news.
I was going to say, or is that one of those statistics where it's like, 100% of people that drink water will die?
Yeah. 100% of people are Asian. That's one of my favorite cool stats.
Is that actually true?
No.
Why? Oh, can I not? Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Man, we...
Can you imagine the Era Christina said that they don't want that in their search history, and it's like, can you imagine if you just had like pedophilia and steak in your search history? Like
you're
getting the weirdest targeted ads ever.
I was gonna say your personal NSA agent is like, guys.
Like all of your Instagram ads would just be like for lawyers and air fryers
and butchers. Okay, I guess we're gonna keep rocking and rolling here. I'm surprised there's not a pro pedo TED talk, or is there? I'm sure that exists somewhere. Probably not on like the main internet.
There's NAMBLA.
Yeah, North American Man Boy Love Association. I don't know if they have a TED
which
talk.
Like
I'm not
which
gonna
I
Google
think
it,
about.
But...
I think about NAMBLA every time we go to NAM because it's like the sound, you know, it's just sort of like we're one blah away from attending something awful.
We just show up there with a bunch of cameras and like music equipment. Some guys I'm playing at NAMBLA.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because it already has, you know, sounds kind of like Vietnam, and yeah, it's.
Have you lads thought any thoughts about 90s rack samplers or ever used them? Will the hype die one day on the S950s increase in price forever? I don't know. Ben would probably know more about those than I would.
I had the Akai S2000. Was that the one? I had a SCSI one, and yeah, I remember that like changed my life when I could send stuff to it, when I could like open up Recycle and then send stuff to it via SCSI rather than sending it over Midi, because you used to be able to send samples to it over Midi, but it would take like an hour for, you know, like 1 megabyte.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like my my Waldorf Blofeld, which takes like a year and a half to do anything. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I feel like I'm just getting to that critical point where I don't know what to do.
I wish that I had hidden area. Like that's sort of the whole thing, is like I would be much better off. Like that's usually my whole thing, is like I usually have a bunch of hidden area, and
that's pretty much how I play too. Yeah, it's just like chill and then just destroy them all in one go.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, the old rack samplers, I think the only one I've ever seriously looked into was the Emu Ultralight.
Yeah.
Something like that, because it has those weird Z-plane filters, and all the drum and bass guys are super into that. And I looked at that a couple times, and I found them at like sometimes okay prices, but never bit the bullet on it, because yeah, kind of the reason Ben described, where it's like it takes a year for it to load stuff and whatever. And I feel like for me it would be like a modular. I feel like I would enjoy a modular, I just wouldn't use it because it takes too long.
Yeah, I was about to move my modular upstairs and just have it as like a more recreational thing than, you know, a music making thing, just because I don't use it as much. But then I kind of backtracked on that. It's funny, I like cleared the space for it and everything, and then kind of changed my mind a little bit. It's also such a good video background.
Yeah, all the blinky lights. I feel like that's half the reason some YouTubers buy modulars, just the background aesthetics.
Yeah, it really is a nice background.
Okay.
Riots.
What was that song that everyone was like obsessed with in high school? Let's start a riot. Bum, bum. Or I guess we were in very different eras of high school.
I mean, yeah, I feel it. I'm trying to remember.
All my high school is just like annoying farm kids turning into emos. And I just fucking hated everybody. And that was pretty much my entire high school experience. Let's see. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Fuck. Shut up, game. That little heart thing, like, I know. Fuck off. I don't want to move that. Three Days Grace, banger. Yeah, 3 Days Grace, that album 1X was huge when I was in high school, and it drove me absolutely insane. Fuck hardware samplers unless you get the 1010 one. Yeah, there we go. We can have gear talk, because people are maybe not loving the gaming. The 1010 stuff. Yeah, the 1010... What's the granular one? That's the lemon drop, right?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I need to actually. I kind of want to check that out, and I never have. And
yeah, the new drum.
The owner of that company is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I chatted with him at NAMM and at NobCon and.
Yeah, I remember meeting him at NobCon.
Yeah, super cool dude. But yeah, I haven't checked out any of the 1010 stuff myself. I looked at the black box. Is that the one that's like a recorder thingy?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I somehow I kind of slept on them all.
Yeah, the 1010, whatever the recorder one was, I think it's the black box or the blue box. I was really looking at that hard for a minute because I've really been wanting to get more and more into like some DAW-less stuff, but haven't quite bit the bullet on it. Okay. Oh, God. But yeah, the 1010 stuff looks cool. The little red one, the Fireball, I want to say, that one actually sounded impressive. But I feel like the 1010 stuff is just, I feel like that's the whole thing, is it's tiny, but it sounds super cool. The wave state wasn't much of an update since the sequencer. Yeah, the wave state I didn't get too tickled on. I really, really wanted the, what was it, the FM one? Op6. That one I really wanted for a minute, but then I bought the Iridium. Ben's gone quiet on me. He's gonna fuck up my whole game. I know it. I don't trust him. I know that you're way better at this than you're leading on. Like, you were just gonna fucking destroy me here.
No, I'm not actually. I don't. It's funny. I've said to my own constituents on my stream that there we go. I said that I might benefit from you thinking I'm better than I am.
It puts me on the defense rather than the offense. Come on. I know. Fucking just do it, game. Ben's gonna do something, and I'm not gonna like it. Oh, come on. I don't know if it's like just playing this on computer or what, but I swear the controls are just really damn jank sometimes. Like the clicking just doesn't click where I want it to.
Yeah, I feel like it's just I'm so used to tapping it that
Right.
it's weird, but
Actually, that's a good idea, game. Thank you.
oh, maybe the time is based on like how many soldiers you have or something. I don't know, but wouldn't that give it away to the other person? I'm not sure.
I have
don't know.
no idea. Yeah, that's super weird. Because for me, I swear the whole time we were playing, at least at first, you only had like 60 seconds. But I feel like I get to go for a very long time.
Yeah, if you lose cities, the scoring goes down, I believe.
Okay, I think that's all I can do for now. Okay, Venus Theory, the Handsy synth. Google it. Sorry. I don't know what that is. Let's Google it. Handsy. Handsy. Synth. I swear to God, if it's just like Lemon Party or a website like that, I'm going to be pissed. The Handsy 101? Is that what you're talking about? It's a DIY 1010. Yeah, I haven't seen that. What I really want to build is the Monome Norns. That was sort of a project I was thinking of doing over my little winter break. And what's that called? The horror machine where you just build like a box with contact mics and shit on it.
Yeah, they're those things look nice, but they also kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, am I actually going to use that in this? Am I going to use it beyond what I use like the Poly and Seek for or something?
Right. Yeah, it just had like some interesting scripts, and I feel like that might be kind of a fun way to get back into Lua a bit more.
Yeah. Well, I feel like and also like that weird, like the odd sequencers and stuff. That's a good excuse to get an iPad, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, is like the iPad has a lot of really cool sequencer tools.
Yeah.
And it would almost be worth having one just to have to like doodle with.
Well, yeah, there's also a lot of developers that, want you to feature their stuff.
Yeah, I get asked about iPad
stuff, like
stuff constantly, and I'm always like, sorry, man, I don't have an iPad.
You could ask one to buy one for you. Like I've had developers be like, hey, do you have an iPad? And, if not, might be able to put one in your hands.
Be honest, Cameron, have you ever been tricked into Googling Lemon Party? No, but my friend told me about it, where he's like, dude, have you heard of Lemon Party? And he just like showed me, and then I was the one telling people to Google it, because I was a degenerate. Ben, you could learn Python and use it in FL Studio. Yeah, Ben is like getting me on that FL train, man.
Yeah, FL moving over to Python from, what was it called?
So is that like the scripts in Reaper then, where like I could write a Python thing to do something in FL?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you could essentially like customize your own MIDI control.
Right, so like the extensions in Reaper or whatever. Gotcha. Learn C++ and move to Sweden and work for NI or Reason. I'm too dumb for C++. I cannot get my head around it. I've built some really, really shitty plugins before, but like I'm way too stupid for C++.
Yeah, but like who wants to work for NI right now? Like now that they're, under the umbrella of like in a Kai situation, it just sounds like they're probably downsizing or hiring developers offshore, or, things like that. I mean, I'm not saying this on any factual basis, so don't quote me on it, but that sounds like what those companies do once they end up in a holding company. Like they kind of just start hiring, developers in other countries, and, might as well be using Fiverr with their strategy.
Boink. Her. I had a plan. And then we started talking, and I forgot what my plan was, so I'm just gonna kind of randomly do stuff for a minute. Fuck. Okay, well.
Like someone in my chat, Antonio's, said that they heard that I like the books of Jordan Peterson, and I was just like,
The books of Jordan Peterson. What?
yeah, and it's like, did you actually hear that? Did somebody actually say that?
What is Jordan Peterson?
Wow, that's the best Jeopardy answer ever.
Okay. I don't know what that.
I mean, I'm sure you'll have a lot of varying takes on this, but kind of like, he seems more intellectual than he is. I like to put it lightly. He's somebody who kind of comes off as an intellect, but really just constantly changes what truth means, and then has turned further and further right wing over the years, and is now kind of almost more of an incel than anything else.
Sick.
Yeah. But he was very persuasive in the beginning of his career, and now it's much easier. Like, I used to actually, anytime somebody would ask me about him, or, what do you think about that? And I would, go on a rant about how I dislike him, and people used to defend him a lot. And now, fortunately, he's done enough crazy things to where people are like, okay, let's just back up from this guy. He's lost his mind.
Disinfo agent for the government. Okay. You're better off not knowing, Venus. Okay. Ben opening up a can of worms. Yeah, my wife loves, I don't know why, but like on her phone, every time you tweet, Twitter has like a notification like Ben Jordan tweeted, and then she noticed that like on Twitter you're constantly getting in like beefs with people. And she was just like, oh God, who's he fighting with now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a weird thing on social media where, like, I think if you have a platform of any sort, you're just expected to like not be honest or not defend yourself in any way. Like, people say like shitty things to you, and you're just expected to be like, oh, I'm too professional for this, and I'm just like, no, fucking
bring it on. Jeff makes noise. What is this game? This is the Battle of Polytopia, and it's gaming for Charity Stream Week with the link down in the description. You can help senior animals, and if you do, you can win fabulous prizes in my Discord. As long as Ben doesn't fuck my game up.
You win the things that you buy.
Yeah.
Some dog diapers.
Exactly. What? Oh, I gotta be getting close. I still don't trust the fact that you don't have some like hidden thing and you're just gonna like wipe the floor with my people.
Yeah, there's just like an entire other map somewhere,
that's
full of nuclear bombs.
In the back of my head, I just feel like you have some kind of massive master plan.
No, the thing here though is, yeah, I think you might win on this turn. You may win. Wait, no, okay, you have like 150 point.
Plot twist, Ben drops a nuke. Yeah, it's like one of those secret Call of Duty kill streaks where Ben just like annihilates my entire population. It's weird we were on such a tiny map though.
Yeah.
Okay.
My big offensive right there.
Yeah, that was it.
That little, just literally.
All right, my turn.
Okay, you're gonna win in this move.
Unless I just somehow completely bork it. I don't have anything close enough to kill you.
I really think if you like farm something, like you'll probably gain the points. Like if you just start farming stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. What am I missing? What am I missing?
Tanuki D asked, "Is he in the same wheelhouse as Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson?" I think Sam Harris is more of a deliberate troll than Jordan Peterson is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like Sam Harris is definitely more aggressive or immature than Jordan Peterson wants to portray himself as. You did it.
Oh, I reached the score limit, so I just win.
Yeah, does it just show?
No, I'm still able to play.
Weird.
Do I just have to like complete my turn? Yay!
Right.
I had zero confidence I was going to win. Thanks for your Kilohearts content pack. I enjoyed exploring it. Well, thank you. Yeah, that was fun to make. And I put out some Pigments presets too, if you have Pigments. And if you're a patron, you can get all the Pigments presets I made on Monday. Okay, that was it. That was a game of Polytopia.
That took long.
That was way longer than the average Polytopia game.
Yeah, right. I thought that the usual 30 turn thing is usually pretty quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I played it, it was pretty much like, all right, cool, click, 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 done. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can't do just straight up like however many turns, but I guess
maybe that's
game
just an
mode
online
might.
thing. I don't know.
I think might is.
Let's get crazy. What is your favorite waveform?
Yeah, I guess
that's an interesting question.
Answer questions from our chat.
Yeah. What is your favorite waveform?
Saw.
Saw. Yeah, I would agree. Saw.
Yeah, I feel like saw, because I mean, a saw is like, it could also be a triangle or a sine, depending on how you filter it, whereas a square is kind of always going to be a square.
Let's see. What other questions have we got? What about filters? I don't know. I like bandpass filters and notch filters. Or if we're just talking like types of filters, the 303 filter is pretty iconic. Buy doggo treats. Yeah, one more reminder, I guess, before we figure out what we're doing here. It is Charity Stream Week, and there are a couple items left on an Amazon wish list linked down in the description. If you donate anything to Hot Rod's Garage Senior Animal Sanctuary, which is a super great cause helping out senior animals, you can enter a giveaway in my Discord with fabulous stuff from UVI and Perfect Circuit and Arturia and PSP and Lunacy Audio. And I've been playing with Ben Jordan.
What is your favorite question? That's a great question. I probably like, how much of this money do you want?
What DAW is this?
Do you want to be CEO of my massive Fortune 500 company?
Yeah, how much money do you want? That's a good one. Let's see. I guess, yeah, do we have other questions? I don't know if we want to play again. That took way longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, any opinion on the new Oberheim? I have no opinion on the new Oberheim, unfortunately.
I played it. I'm not going to buy it. I don't know.
Opinions on the genre name for IDM. So I was caught in the beginning of that. No, I don't know if it was the beginning of that, but like Warp Records. So a lot of people think that it was just this like random cringy name, but Warp Records definitely coined it. Like they were definitely happy to coin it. And then a label that I was on in the early days, Metatone, they wanted to coin Smart Tech, which is just SMARTECH. Yeah. And
okay.
and then Reflex Records in the UK, they were like, no, it's called brain dance. And like there was
Brain
this whole like
dance.
dumb war of like what you would call this type of music. And I hated all of them. And
Smart tech
then
just sounds like an Apple commercial or something.
right, yeah, Smart Tech sounds the most like professional out of the bunch, right? I guess like, oh yeah, I'm listening to Smart Tech. Better than like brain dance. Um and then I was doing, it was like some interview in like 2004 or 2003 or something. And somebody asked me in the interview, they're like, so what does it feel like to be like one of the main founders of breakcore? And I was like, I don't know what breakcore is, and I don't think I'm a founder of it. Like I've heard that Phoenician snares, that Aaron Funk was the, but yeah, I was that secluded from genres that I was just like, I don't really know what breakcore is even.
I
Like,
feel like
yeah.
IDM was just sort of a moment though, where like IDM just came out as like the term for it because a bunch of people were doing like that sort of thing at the time, and it just needed like a label. But I don't think anyone was very like consciously trying to do that.
Yeah, and it doesn't have boundaries because like
Right.
IDM could be like the Richard D. James album, or it could be Boards of Canada, or it could be Autechre, or it could be Astrobotany. It could be all these different like things that sound like way, way different than one another. I think the first, I guess like if you were to put a finger on the first IDM artist, it would be Future Sound of London, probably.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't really have any opinions on IDM. Just I don't know. It's a genre, I guess. They don't have online foosball yet, do they? Not that I'm aware of, but I do have Jackbox Party Pack. But I don't want to play that on a public YouTube stream because someone's going
Oh
to
my
say
God.
something stupid. Left 4 Dead. I don't know. I have a bunch of other like action blowy uppy games, but I don't know that Ben is going to stay on stream, and I need to go
Yeah.
eat too. What other questions have we got then? Would they consider me a senior animal and take me in? I guess you could ask. Jungle Pickle. You could just show up. Just claim a
That'd
bed.
be pretty amazing.
Venus Theory. Worst audio related release of 2022. Hardware, software, or whatever.
Oh man, what a good question. Of 2022?
Of 2022. I'll have to think on that. What about you? What do you got?
Man, there's a lot. Ugh.
I got some pedals that showed up at my PO box. I don't even know what brand they were, but they were just like fucking broken. But I could tell that they were like digital boards that someone had put together, but it was like a company, and I think it was like one of those like Chinese Amazon sellers where they were just cloning something, but it was just a really shitty clone. So
Right.
probably those were the most just like annoying, because it had me curious enough of like, oh, this might be like a really cool $40, excellent sounding reverb pedal that's like a clone of a black hole or something, but they were all just shit.
Man, that's tough. Software.
The Unison MIDI chord pack. There you go.
Yeah, I was really excited about the Porta Studio VST, and I bought it like without even like reading the description.
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
I
this is
remember
amazing.
hearing about that.
And then I was kind of disappointed by it. But also I have like a pile of Porta Studios like in a thing, and so I think maybe I was just like the wrong demographic for it. I'm trying to think of like what I really didn't like this year. What's that little thing that everybody has? I've not played with it, so I don't have an opinion on it, but it's the little oh god, it's the it's the thing that it's that little like handheld circle device.
Oh, the Orba,
That yeah.
Artiphone Orba thing.
What's
right?
that like? I feel like I would hate that, but I don't.
I tried it for like 5 minutes. I thought it
Yeah.
was. I feel like that's something I would buy for like my nephew, and he's like
Yeah.
8. I feel like I don't know.
I'm
like,
gonna
I don't
I'm gonna
understand
think
the
about
point
this
of
while
it.
peeing. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna urinate and think.
Ben, is your knee okay now? Yeah, his knee is better now, as far as I'm aware. Question: favorite movie soundtrack? That's a good one. I don't know. I really liked the soundtrack of The Village, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. There was another YouTuber, Tom L.J. White is his name, and he mentioned something about that on one of his videos of like, the super underrated soundtrack. And he was right. It was a really, really good soundtrack. Outside of that, I don't know what's like a really good underrated soundtrack that people seem to skip. I like the soundtrack for Watchmen a lot too. That was really good. Do you want infinite more wishes? I don't know. Wouldn't that spoil the fun of like limited wishes? Venus Theory, Arturia Keystep Pro or the Behringer copy? Behringer copied the Keystep Pro? It's news to me. Do you use Omnisphere at all? I do not. What is your favorite workhorse VST? Phase Plant for anything synthesis related and Falcon for anything sample related. My question is, hello. Hello, Matt V.
I was literally like looking around for a moment to be like, what do I hate? What do I hate? But I feel like I just don't have it out, right?
The Behringer copied the Keystep Pro. Someone asked about that. What happened?
I mean, they like announced that they're planning on it's like a copy, but I think they're also putting like the Braids firmware in there.
I guess I missed this.
It's a mess. I mean, it's literally like it's the worst UI I may have seen in a long time. It's pretty bad.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. So yeah, what is your thing that was just the worst? I'm gonna Google this Behringer thing now.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird because there's like so many things on launch that, like it, and I guess you have to like taper your expectations based on price. And so I would think like maybe like the MPC Key 61 was like was pretty embarrassing for a launch.
Don't
right?
say that out too loud,
like,
or we're gonna get the MPC fight going again.
Yeah, they've improved it a whole bunch. Like they've absolutely improved it. It's next to me here. It may go upstairs in my playroom, which is not an insult. That means that it's useful in some way. But yeah, I mean that was like a pretty rough launch. Like I was yeah.
The Groove Key. Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't heard about
Key,
this.
that
so it has like, I see velocity, pitch, filter, resonance, reverb, chorus. So okay, so it's a Keystep Pro, but with some sort of synth engine built in.
Yeah, they'll probably just use the God, why can I never remember the name of the plates? They'll probably just use the plates.
So does drum
firmware
outputs
in it.
The clock MIDI? Because I have my Keystep Pro in front of me here. So is this exactly the same?
Yeah, it's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fucking ugly. I hate the look of it.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a nightmare. And it's kind of funny because I actually thought that the BeatStep Pro was a little crowded. Like I actually was not like I don't own one. I've sort of
I don't know if it's
one.
the color of the panel or what, but I just have a hard time like looking at that and just like understanding what I'm looking at.
Yeah, or the Keystep Pro, yeah, not the Beat. I have a BeatStep Pro and that interface is like pretty okay, but
yeah, if I had to choose between these two, I mean, I guess I would have to hear what this synth engine that's built into it is like, but I don't know. I mean, if it's going to be competing with the Keystep Pro and it's going to be like almost identical in price.
I think somebody on my channel, MP, said that Behringer seems to purposely make some of the clones look worse than necessary. I think what Behringer's doing is they're trying to find the line that they could get away with trademark law in the Philippines.
Yeah, let me show this on my stream here. So this is what I'm looking at.
That's what they're doing so they can then, know where that line is and then actually infringe some intellectual property without being...
UI-wise, that just looks confusing, and I don't like all these little buttons. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it comes with like a really cool synth engine, maybe that's like a good value, but if it's like the same price as the Keystep Pro, like I really like my Keystep Pro. So I'm a bit biased, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be good. Like I have the Behringer TD3 next to me. I love that thing.
Do you really?
Yeah, that seriously, man. If I didn't get that 303 clone, I would not have made my last album. As soon as that thing showed up and I played with it for like a day, I was just crapping out music with it. So
Wow.
yeah, I
Wow.
love the TD3. I wish it had like MIDI control for sure, but like I think
Right.
the mod version or whatever does.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I think I'm just sort of like overloaded with TB303 things. And so yeah, that one I got it, but I gave it away. But I have the Cyclone one. I feel like that's probably my
Hmm.
favorite out of the bunch.
Thoughts on how AI might change the way we make music? Do you think it'll reward or limit creativity in the early stages? Oh God, we're opening that again. I've
Yeah.
gotten so many
Hey.
fucking angry messages about that AI video I did. Holy shit. And then last night I got a couple more angry messages because I'm using AI to generate artwork to kind of like inspire the next album I'm working on, basically. And then I've been
Right.
using Chat GPT to come up
Why
with like
aren't you
titles.
hiring artists? Why
Yeah,
aren't you
no, I
going
got
to
a bunch of
you got to go
super.
down to the museum and hire artists, man.
Yeah, so I guess it
Like
was my
you
mistake.
always have been before this
Yeah,
project.
my mistake for having fun with anything ever. God
Yeah.
forbid.
I mean, I think that like, you know, AI is like something that people kind of forget when they have this conversation is that like AI is not going to replace something that we enjoy doing. Like it can't, yeah, at least until it kills us. It can't
Right.
just like do that. And so I maybe I like to think that I'm a little more I like to think that like I've probably put more thought into this than the average person because it's just been like an obsession of mine for a really long time. But like when I hear about like AI taking people's jobs in any way, I'm excited. That's a good thing. Like good. You want AI to take your job. Like because that brings you closer to not having to work while having a functional economy surrounding you, which is actually kind of the goal. That's like the utopia, right? That's
Right.
when everybody gets to do whatever the hell they want and the and AI and robots just kind
Do
of
all the
do all
other
of the
stuff.
shitty
Right.
things that we don't want to do. And so yeah, it's worth noting that like I mean, look at Photoshop now. Like I guess when I think about like an AI use, like in Photoshop when you made the thumbnail, well, no, you don't use Photoshop, right? So
No,
like
yeah, I
when I
use
make a
Affinity.
yeah, when I made the thumbnail for, you know, a lot of my videos or one of my things, I just hit select subject and it selects me and then I could bring it in somewhere else and then use like the neural filter to automatically color me
Hmm.
onto another background. That's not fun. Like that's not the create I don't like creating thumbnails. I fucking hate it. But it makes it take I don't have to actually, you know, select every single hair on my head
Right.
anymore. I could
Yeah.
just press a button. And so like that's awesome. That's really good. I'm glad AI stepped in and took my job of being a graphic designer for my own thumbnails
And that's what I
in
like
that
about that
regard.
kind of stuff, though, is the idea of like, hey, I really want to make music today, but I'm like kind of not vibing on anything. Like, computer, give me an idea, and it might, analyze your music, and then it would be like, hey, here's something that sounds melodically similar. Like, those are the uses of AI specifically in music that I'm really looking forward to, and things like that. And I could totally see myself 15 years ago being like someone who just plays guitar but doesn't know shit about drums or recording or whatever, and I could just be like, hey computer, I got this song and
Yeah.
it sounds like this, and can you give me a drum track? Like, I think that's awesome, and that's going to enable so many more creators, and I think that's a good thing.
And to get a little bit more in the weeds with it, I think like when you think about how it could be used in like technically how it could be used to make AI music or something, I think a lot of people think about like, well, I guess okay, so you can have essentially a circle of fifths, and you can put a randomizer on the circle of fifths, and then weight certain things that make more sense than others, and then hit random, hit randomize, and then it'll create a chord progression for you, right? So that's like a basic generative like operation.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have that in quite a few different ways. And like it's hit or miss, and you have to cherry pick. And then you find one that actually sounds good, and then you build off of that. And I guess, sure, that's useful. But we don't really know, like, we still can't define what makes music good. and also we can't really define what makes music. Like, it's not only the music itself, it's not only that you hear a chord progression and a counterpoint melody over it that you really like, but it's where you are when you're hearing it. Like, you like different things when you have headphones in at the grocery store than you do when you're sitting in front of monitors or when you're in the car or when you're
That's
with
all the
friends.
comments I've gotten on my videos. Like, AI is never gonna have soul, man. And it's like, define soul. Like, that's It's like when producers say something is warm or clear or whatever. It's like, it's just it's kind of vague, it's like bullshit terms.
We haven't figured out what it is technically that makes arriving to a chord from another chord like effective. Like, we don't technically know what that is. We don't, like, it really depends on the performance. And like, I don't have that much confidence that AI can figure it out. And if AI can, right now, at least in the next 10 years, and if it can, without a quantum computer, I think once we're using quantum computing for these things, it'll be a different factor. But
right.
I think now that we're doing it, while we're doing it this way, I think that it's like, if it did figure that out, then it would actually be really interesting, because then you could, like, I guess you could kind of reverse engineer and understand music better. We have a better
that's where I
understanding
think it
of
is.
music.
It's like it just becomes this like ultimate collaborator, which, like, wouldn't that be cool? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'd be a worse musician for using it. I just feel like it would be like having a good writing partner.
Yeah, and like my last full-length album is like literally half the tracks are me collaborating with a generative thing that I made.
Did you see the thing? Something popped up on Twitter the other day where there was an AI generated, I believe it was a comic book that was made with Midjourney, and the Copyright Office revoked the ability to copyright it because something about like the need for human generated work, I think is the term they use, which I was gonna tag you in that because I'm curious. Where does that make, like, something like Brian Eno's catalog, which is heavily generative, or like the last Carbon-Based Life Forms album, Stochastic, which is entirely generative? Like, what do you think that means for music copyright? Like, AI versus generative and the need for human work. I was super curious about that. Of like, okay, so is all my generative stuff now technically like public domain, or what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that photograph where like some guy, that like some award-winning picture was some sort of primate taking a picture of itself, like, and and then the guy the photographer who supplied it with the camera ended up not being able to get the copyright. But I think that like what I'm seeing right now from like the no AI movement going on right now, that's like trying
on
to
like ArtStation and stuff,
where they're trying to sort of poke for, or they're just fighting for like more stringent copyright laws. It's like, do you have any idea what can of worms you're about to open? like if you define a style, if you define like what is now considered public domain, just sort of like a style of art, you cannot own a genre, you cannot own a certain style of painting, you can only own the actual image itself. And so I think what people are doing, it's like, do you have any idea how bad this is going to backfire if what is the name of that company, like all the people who draw anime, and like there are companies that could argue that they are the intellectual property holders of anime, because
as like just a broad style of work,
and Disney and everything else. And it's like, do you have any idea how much you're going to fuck up art in general? Like, it's going to be impossible to do anything on a centralized network, like YouTube or Twitter or anything like that, or ArtStation.
Maybe you and I got into a really bad trade then doing YouTube. The next 5 years we're just doomed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, because it's like, if you're gonna start creating laws like that, then like, who's to say that like I don't sound like iDubbbz a bit with my humor? Like that could be considered a style, and then you could that could be grounds for. And
I've been called a knockoff Ben Jordan a few times, so
there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna litigate the hell out of you, and I'm just gonna.
Okay, rapid fire questions. Moving on from AI, that could just be a whole other stream, as we're just gonna drink and talk about AI. Okay, Venus Theory, Oxy versus the Play. I have not had too much time with the Poly Play. I know Ben is madly in love with it, and I had a lot of fun with it when I got to try it. The Oxy one I actually have Right back over there. I use that a ton. I actually just filmed a little Christmas video with it today, which is fun. Yeah, the Oxy one kicks ass. The new updates for it are great. The Torso T1 just got some updates too, which are really fun. But yeah, the Oxy one is a just super fun sequencer. I've used it a bunch on music too, just to like I'll run some MIDI into it and then kind of let it generate variations. Which, I mean, there's plenty of plugins that do that, but I don't know. The Oxy just makes it fun to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like right now there's nothing in the same category as the Play. I feel like it really
I can't name anything else that reminds me of it.
Yeah, like it really, like, I don't know what I would call it, a generative groove box, like,
I guess
maybe, I don't know, because it's like the idea of the entire unit is so unique. And you know, and that idea is that, like, okay, we're going to take these, we're going to take certain I guess gestures, as I mean, it's kind of interesting to like segue into this from AI. We're going to take certain gestures to like a drum and bass beat or something like that, but allow you to randomize all of the sounds and the gestures and then customize it from there. But overall, meaning that, like, when you're using tags for samples and stuff like that, you can essentially get started on a track in 60 seconds and have your framework for where you want to go with it. And I feel like on the computer, that would not be that handy. Like, I feel like on the computer, like, I wouldn't use that, but on a DAW-less thing where you don't want to be spending time like menu diving or anything like that, that is just so useful. And then when I think like KnobCon, when I was like showing people the tracker versus the Play, I noticed that like people were grasping the Play in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. It's like the Play is just so immediate.
We're gonna have to like go out to dinner to
right. Yeah, the tracker is really fun though. I love mine. I just like, yeah, tracker is just a whole different workflow, and like the Play is a very unique workflow, but it's done in such an intelligent way where it's like, it's very powerful. It's like a professional music tool, but I feel like it's also something I could hand like my nephew or my wife, and they could play with it, and then like I could take it on the road, or I could just put one on my desk and just like doodle with it while I'm working or whatever. It's a really fun device. But yeah, I don't have one. I just have the tracker, but I've only played with the Play like at NAMM, at KnobCon, and then at like one other thing in Nashville if there was a place that had one. Top three DAWs. Or go ahead. I'm gonna scan for other questions here.
Top 3 DAWs of, I mean, obviously, FL Studio. I guess it's like what metrics, like what top 3 DAWs would I use? Number 1 would be FL Studio, just because I'm the most comfortable with it. Number 2, probably Reaper. Like I feel like I would go to Reaper. I used to go to Reaper or Cubase if I wanted to record like 8 channels at once or something.
For sure.
But now Reaper's kind of just my go-to for that, because I'm not keeping up with the Cubase license anymore. And then I don't know. I don't think you really need a third, do you? like, yeah. I mean, Ableton has Max for Live. Bitwig has the Grid, but I feel like there's no real reason to open those other than that if you have the other 2 DAWs, right? It's like, but you know, somebody might also feel the same way. Like they might be an Ableton user and they would only open FL Studio for the piano roll or Harmor or something. So.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I guess, like, I mean, really, yeah, like Reaper and Bitwig were my top 2. I don't really know a third DAW that, like, blows my mind.
Yeah, 3 DAWs is a lot.
Because, like, I guess I use
for, like, the backup of, like, the things that yours doesn't do excellently.
Yeah, because, like, I used to use Cubase a ton, but then Reaper took over what I was using Cubase for, because Reaper has video support, but Reaper has all the, like, batch editing stuff, which is what I use a ton of. And then Bitwig for me was, like, fun to make music in, and it was fun to be creative in, because it did all sorts of weird stuff with, like, the modulators. But then, of course, we all know what happened there. So now it's I just do everything in Reaper. I don't, like, I use specialty
Adobe
tools.
Audition a DAW, I wonder, because I use that.
Yeah, because like I use Sample Robot, and I used to use Audacity a fair amount, but I don't know that I've ever used a third DAW.
Yeah, like I use Audition quite a lot for destructive editing, but
You can
yeah.
use the Oxy as a pad controller. Yes, yeah, you can use it as like a MIDI input device, and you can do the same with the tracker and stuff.
Yep.
Any future plans for a spaceship, sorry, not the tracker, the play is what I meant to say. I believe the play
Yeah.
also functions as like a
Or the
MIDI
tracker.
thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tracker does too because I've used it for that. Any plans for a spaceship wall of modular? No. I just don't feel like blowing all the money on modular, and I honestly don't think I would use it. I like VCV rack / Cardinal and voltage modular is like so good that I have no
Yeah.
need for like an actual modular system because I work so much faster in VCV or voltage modular, and like a physical modular thing would just slow me down. I know it would. And I feel like kind of how Ben mentioned earlier, where like if I just had a big modular system to play with, I would use it. But like if I
Yeah.
had to use it for work, I wouldn't. Even the Euro Bureau like is a modular
Yeah.
system, and like I
Yeah.
love playing with it. I don't use it nearly to its potential like when I'm using it for work stuff or like music making stuff though.
I feel like 50% of me thinks that modular has hit its ceiling and it has plateaued, and now it's over. Like not over, but now it's like the top is behind us. And I feel like with Mutable going under,
Yeah,
with
damn shame.
WMD going under this year,
Mm-hmm.
that's huge. WMD, they fabricated for like I don't think I can mention the companies that they made modules for, but it's
And they had the really
pretty.
cool drum ones too, right?
Yeah, and well,
The
so they had a full, like, I mean, they had a full facility. Like they would actually print the circuit boards, and they had what do you call it? Those robotic machines that quickly uh, do the circuit boards. They had multiple ones of those, and
huh.
then they had like, I mean, they had a massive warehouse in Denver, and and that's pretty powerful for especially with the chip shortages and stuff like that, because they can quickly fabricate something to complement a new chip if they have to
Oh.
replace it with something else. And they went under, not, I don't even think because of financial reasons. I think they went under just because they were kind of like the owner. Apparently, the owner was just, kind of, I don't know, burnt out, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think I saw
And
like an
then,
article about that, but didn't know they
yeah, and
did stuff for other companies too.
yeah, and I mean, I was like amazed. I was in their facility last year, and I was just like, or earlier this year, and I was just like, wow. They what other company just went under? Another pretty big modular company went under, but it really made me think, like, I think sales kind of peaked in 2020. And then
Everyone was bored
yeah,
inside and wanted modular stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, a
no, I
pick
think
and place machine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
the only modular stuff that like I really want, like I actually really would enjoy, I think, is like some of the noise engineering modules. They make some super cool
Yeah.
stuff. And like a couple of their modules I've really thought about getting just to have as like sound design utilities, but
I
again,
would
it's
really
just
like to
like
have a full mutable set, like a
yeah,
mutable set with like some additional VCAs. That'd be like
and
a
that's what I
pretty
feel like
nice
I
rig.
would do with modular is more like effects and then generating like percussion. I don't really need it for melodies and stuff like that. I really just like the weird percussion and like effects capabilities of modular.
Yeah.
Reaper versus Pro Tools. Reaper all the way. I can't fucking stand Pro Tools.
Yeah, I wouldn't use like, yeah, I would argue so hard against using Pro Tools for if I were like
Yeah,
required to for
I
a job or
hated
something.
it.
I would fight tooth and nail to not use it.
How rare is Pro Tools in the digital music production spheres you guys live in? I only know two people that use Pro Tools, and it's because they work in like major studios. So that's just like the system they have. But
When when I was recording Undiscovered Colors, it was this studio that it was like on the top floor of like a small skyscraper in downtown Chicago. It's this like really, really high-end studio for orchestral stuff. And they only had Pro Tools. That's what they were using for like everything. They had like, kind of like DIs all over the room, and
mm,
because it was all recorded at once. Um, but just through like various mics, and every player had their own mic. And so that was already like a nightmare. But then like, because the song, there's like a violin. So there were a couple things. Like, we needed a channel to go to one of the violins to play on a triplet of everything else, because the violin was playing in a triplet. It had kind of this like Reiki and rhythm buildup, and then it also had everybody needed a count in, because it started with like rhythmic areas. And so it was kind of interesting, and Pro Tools couldn't do that. Like, Pro Tools was just like incapable of sending metronomes to only certain channels, at least at the time. This is 10 years ago, but still 10 years ago was like late stage advanced Pro Tools. And then they couldn't do a lead in metronome, which I was just like, my mind was blown. I was like, how the fuck is that? Like, I was like holding my hair. I was like pulling my hair out of my head. Like, I was just like, this is
Well, and I
insane.
imagine, you know, renting the studio to do all this, you're just
Right.
like, are you fucking
and like
kidding
watching
me?
watching the engineers like have to like find make a click file to put in before it. And I was just like, this is insane, because it literally costs like $3,500 an hour or something. And I was just like, this is nuts.
So the majority of your first couple hours are just figuring out the metronome. Holy shit. Yeah, Pro Tools is just a nightmare. I remember working in it in studios. It was always clunky. It always froze. It always crashed. It always had like fucking memory errors or something. I don't know many people that use it. A couple Nashville guys, but a lot of the guys I know in Nashville in studios here use either Cubase or Reaper. Interestingly enough, most of them are Cubase though.
Yeah, a lot of gaming industry people have moved to Reaper from Nuendo, because Nuendo used to be like the
all my
works.
Game audio people I know are Reaper 1000%.
Yeah, because Nuendo you can export directly to like Wise or WIs.
Yeah, WIs. Yeah, and Reaper has like a bunch of integrations with that too, apparently, and that's all the game sound design people I know use Reaper because of the integrations it has.
Yeah.
What happened with Bitwig? I'm not going to get into that.
I wrote a whole blog.
Yeah, Ben has a blog on his website. You can.
Well, it still wasn't even it. There was still more drama after the blog piece.
I'm so over it now. I posted a big thing on Reddit the other day. You can read too. Is this like Adam Savage versus Jamie Heineman? I think this is just random rapid fire Q&A. Maybe we'll do another stream at some point. Victor Funnyman, hello. Yeah,
it's really amazing how many people ask. I guess like all I'm going to say about it is like, when you look at the entire situation and now how many people are like asking us to cover Bitwig stuff.
Yeah, I get asked about Bitwig at least a dozen times a week, if not more.
When it was literally like we both lost money because the community was demanding that we stop doing anything with Bitwig, and then Bitwig like put the cherry on top of the cake, and essentially made us never want to work with them again. And it was the company's behavior doing that. But it is kind of funny where it's like, well, we did exactly what you asked us to do, and now we're being called assholes, or we're
I just moved to Reaper because I was already kind of halfway between Reaper and Bitwig anyway. Reaper was always for utility stuff, just especially the sound design work I do. There is nothing that competes with what Reaper does in terms of just batch editing and like efficiency. And it's also great to work in because as you guys know, I love Cubase. So Reaper's a really good middle ground for like something like what I would use Audacity for doing a bunch of tweaky things, but also very easy to make music in. And I also really like mixing in Cubase, and Reaper reminds me a lot of that. I certainly miss stuff about Bitwig, but yeah, as Ben mentioned, I think a lot of it was just principle of like, I'm done. So yeah, before anyone else gets into it, I have no intention of ever going back or ever covering anything relating to Bitwig ever again.
Yeah, same. And they but at the same time, like, it wasn't my main DAW. I wasn't making music in it. I was just using it for streams and exploring the grid, and it was, their plugin manager was nice in terms of like
the isolation.
It was easier than FL Studio to just like open Bitwig and have your new plugins organized in there. Although weirdly, for like for a streaming setup or for video making, that's handy, but for actual, I don't know, like the way that I organize it in FL Studio, I actually kind of like more for music making,
right?
Just because I could get to things faster. But yeah, I have a question over here from Viral Beats.
Sure.
Well, what is the next thing I'm going to be talking Venus Theory into?
Oh God.
I don't know.
Hey man, do you want to buy a rocket and go to space?
Yeah, somewhere between here and Nam, I'm sure there's like some sort of awful canyon or something.
Yeah, we'll get into something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Have you considered switching to FL Studio 21? Not personally. I do not understand FL. I did get a license for FL thanks to Ben, actually. So I will be doing some stuff with ImageLine at some point. I don't really know what I'm like allowed to talk about there, really,
Yeah.
but whatever. Yeah, I don't know that I would switch to FL. I want to play with FL more as a sound design environment, though, because like some of the shit in FL is just stupid powerful. I mean, Harmer alone is like unreal, and then Patcher can do so many cool things, but I need to learn a bit more about it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times too, it's just like just write some music in the piano roll, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, and that's the thing
always
is
the
like
big thing for me.
I feel like that's the thing with DAWs is like I like certain things about certain DAWs and other DAWs just don't do that, and it's just like it's kind of a compromise in the end. Is the battle all
Yeah.
for fun? The battle is over. Yeah, we played Polytopia. I won. That was it. It took way longer than expected. Now we're just like hanging out, and now there's more people watching, even though it's literally just a stream of me talking to you, and you're not even on my screen.
Yeah, and there's yeah, well, I think I got 24 viewers.
Okay.
It's been very difficult to get people to
Yeah, that's why I
migrate
haven't
to
done
the
a
new
separate channel yet. I've thought about doing like Weaver Beats has Weaver Beats too. You
Yeah.
have Alpha Basic Live. I've thought about just like a Venus After Dark channel just for like an
I'm-
idea dump, but
Yeah, I'm okay with the live channel thing. I don't mind a small audience for live things, especially if it's being retained there, and I could link back to it.
Right.
I kind of like I kind of like that because I feel like when I had 200 plus people watching my streams, it was just chaotic. And I mean, yeah, I guess this could grow to that, but we'll worry about
Right.
it when I get there. I kind of like it being this very mellow, casual
right.
type of thing.
Nomo Popo, what about Erica synths? I know Ben has the OG Syntrix. I really wanted to get a Perkins for a project, but that didn't happen. And then I'm semi curious about the Syntrix too, but I haven't been really in touch with them, and I don't know if I want to do gear videos anymore, honestly. But yeah, I mean, Erica synths makes some cool shit for sure.
Yeah, I like about I like. I mean, yeah, I like Erica synth stuff. I was a little bit. It was kind of funny. Like Loopop seems to always get his exclusives, and which I don't usually mind at all, just because it's like then I get to like watch his video and actually get a quick rundown, and then be like, okay, I don't have to go into detail here. I could just
Right.
mention his video. But with that, and especially because I just did the original Syntrix one like last year, now I'm just kind of like, well, if he has it and mine would come 3 weeks later, then maybe it's not worth spending 4 days
Right.
filming and editing. It's just
That's where I'm at with gear videos is like I enjoy talking about gear and all, but I just feel like there's so many channels that do that stuff so much better, so I don't know that it's worth my time. I'd rather focus on other stuff. Do some of your friends
asked? Oh yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Or sure.
Yeah.
Do some of your friends use FL Studio or Ableton professionally? A ton of them. A lot of sound design people I know work either in Ableton or FL, both because of the Max for live stuff or just like the insane routing things you can do in FL. So they're pretty popular in my circle for sure, just for the sound design utilities.
The FL list of and like as far as the FL list of like producers, I mean, it's crazy. Like it's I mean, I don't know what I can say or can't say, but there's a lot of like consistent Grammy winning producers who use FL Studio, who oddly enough, when I made my video, like 2 of them reached out. Like,
The FL Studio is more
people.
powerful than you think one.
Yeah, and like these are people who have like minimum 5 million Instagram followers, like level of, and and they were just like, yo, like, where are you? Like, where are you located? You should come into the studio. It's just like, okay. The question I have here is, didn't I say that I would at some point be considering having other people stream on this channel? Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
I actually talked to Ben
as long
about
as
maybe doing that at some point.
yeah, as long as it's not like Alex Jones or something. I'm totally down with. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that I kind of like the idea, at some point, and this is something I was initially pitching to Perfect Circuit, and they actually were on board, but it was just so hard to get it organized between them. And I really do think that, when I first started streaming, when I first started doing my weekly stream, I was always like looking at what other streams were happening, and like Noir would be streaming on Thursday nights, and I'd have to like, schedule it around Molden Music and all these other things. And now, yeah, and now, and so I was kind of like, well, why don't we just all have a channel? like that would actually be something where like every night people could tune in and see something. But yeah.
Oh wait, we got Gabe Miller Music. Is that actually the Gabe Miller Music in the chat? Is that your profile picture?
Not in mine.
Gabe in mine. Miller Music. Is that the
fucker
Gabe
won't
Miller?
come over here?
He is. Hi Gabe. How are you, man? Great channel, dude. I learned like everything I know about my circuits over there from your channel. Gabe's got a great channel on like groove boxy stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I'm familiar with it from I think I actually discovered it from the Akai Key 61 gate, whatever it was called.
Let's see what else. More Bitwig questions. So we're just gonna rapid fire here because I do
A lot
gotta
of
get
Bitwig
going.
questions.
Yeah, a lot of Bitwig questions. You should stream together more. This is fun. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll do something at some point. Okay.
How long until Ben talks Cameron into communism?
That's the next video. Is like I
I'm
took Venus Theory to a cave. Next, Venus Theory and Ben try. I feel like it's just an episode of Always Sunny. Like the gang buys a gun.
Yeah, I'm like further into like the almost anarchist libertarian person. I don't think communism would be my.
Where can I find the blog about whatever Bitwig did wrong? The Flash, is it on your Flashbulb website or is it Ben Jordan website?
Yeah, let's see where I put it. I'll try and find it really fast.
I know this is controversial, but do you rock with Alchemy and Logic Pro X? I don't have Logic Pro X, or I do on my MacBook, but I don't know where it is. It's in a closet downstairs somewhere. But yeah, Alchemy fucking slaps, man. I miss Alchemy. It was one of my favorite plugins, and then it quit working. Alchemy's awesome.
All right, I linked it in your stream.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a post there with everything else.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to die in that. Okay.
And this is before the CEO insulted us.
Right.
So, yeah.
When will either of you start your OnlyFans? I don't know, man. I'm shocked. I'm almost at 200,000, and I had 80,000 at the beginning of this year. And I thought I would hit 200,000 by the end of the year. I didn't really expect it, but once it really started picking up, so I don't know. Maybe at 300K, I'll do an OnlyFans. It'll just be, I don't know, me naked beat making.
I get a lot of emails from them, from OnlyFans, like not asking me to like do naked things, but just being like, hey, you have a Patreon, we have this, and you could, just trying to have me have a safe rated G OnlyFans.
I feel like nobody thinks of OnlyFans as like it is just a Patreon alternative, but like nobody has that mindset with. I think they are trying to change that perception though, because I feel like I've been contacted by someone there. How long until Ben takes over Venus Theory's channel for a week? I don't know. That might be kind of fun, and then I can just not do anything for a week.
I have my own channel that I'm already like always behind on.
Oh my god, dude, YouTube is so much work. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It just takes like forever, and everything's a disaster, and I'm just glued to the analytics.
Do you guys ever jam with other people?
No.
I sometimes jam with I sometimes play with like trios of
I'll play guitar
musicians.
like when my dad visits or something like that. I'll play guitar with him or something, but I don't do like collabs or anything. I've never really enjoyed it much.
I do shows where my name's not on the flyer, essentially, where I'm just like stand-in guitar or stand-in but generally most of the instruments in a trio I'll stand in for.
Is there anything happening musically in other countries that's caught your eyes or ears? I don't know. I don't really keep much tabs on like location-based things. I just like listen to random shit on YouTube or whatever.
Do you ever use Radio Garden?
Never heard of it.
Oh, dude, it's so nice. Yeah, give that a Google. It's incredible. I'm not going to play it right now because it will definitely give me a copyright strike. But you get to like essentially it's a globe, and you get to spin it, and then you get to just listen to what's on the radio and like all around the world live.
Interesting.
And so like you could go to like, you know, fucking Uganda and listen to like Ugandan music live, and it's
That's
insane.
cool.
I love it.
Yeah, I mostly find music through YouTube. I don't have Spotify, so I don't really listen to anything there, and then I don't really go on SoundCloud or anything like that. I used to like Audius, but then I got mad at Audius. I need to delete my Audius. I need to delete my SoundCloud too. I've been meaning to do that for forever.
What? Audius? Somebody recommended me Audius.
It's the decentralized streaming service thing.
Oh, that. No,
I'm
okay. I was
pretty
thinking of
sure it
something
was
else.
a crypto pump and dump, but
Yeah. It's Audius. Audius is it's centralized, first of all. Like they say it's fully decentralized, and it's literally like if you look at the wallets, like it's completely centralized, and it's been through 2 pump and dumps.
cool. Yeah,
They've
I'm kind
never
of over it.
paid any royalty to their artists. They only have them participate in contests, and in those contests, they just win the crypto that's pumped and
Yeah,
pumped and
because
dumped.
I've gotten some people sent me the audio token or coin or whatever. I don't know. I
So
don't know
many
anything
damn
about it.
people recommend that to me as like, you know, just like you got to get on this, and you got to, yeah.
I liked it at first, but then I was just like, this is just SoundCloud. I'm like, I don't fucking care. So I just like Bandcamp, man. Like if it was up to me, I'd just delete everything except like I guess you have to kind of keep Spotify in this day and age. So like I've probably maybe over my winter break I'll finally sit down and do that, because I've been meaning to delete SoundCloud for forever. But I feel like the other problem is after a certain point you have to own the name on every platform.
Yeah.
Where like
Yeah.
I don't want someone to be Venus Theory on SoundCloud. Because
Yeah.
we all know what happened with that in the fucking YouTube comments, that stupid thing, whatever it was, the Telegram scam. So it's like I feel like I have to keep the name, but I'm probably just gonna like wipe those accounts so people aren't like going there and seeing I haven't posted anything in like 4 years, because like I don't fucking care about SoundCloud anymore.
Man, when like YouTube came out with the like at channel name,
Right.
I like literally sprinted for the computer. I was just like, no, like somebody's gonna claim my name and just, you know, scam people or troll. Yeah, it was like really dumb.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna wipe my profiles, but I do, yeah. I feel like it would be smart just to keep the name so that like no one can be Venus Theory on anything.
Yeah.
What stuff in FL do you enjoy? You can't do another DAWs. Kind of already talked about that. Mostly Patcher, and then things like Harmor is cool. Citrus is super cool.
Everything in the piano roll is
Ben,
essentially superior.
What'd you show me? Not the modulators is what I want to call it, because like Bitwig brain, but like it had like those little modifier things where it's like an LFO or like a step sequencer that you can like target whatever you want with. That was kind of cool.
Like the envelope controllers.
Yeah,
and then
that kind of stuff seems neat. And Reaper
formula
has
controllers.
Reaper has some similar tools, but I just don't understand them well enough yet. Okay, rapid fire, and then I gotta go. Any other questions? Any other questions? Da-da-da-da-da.
Do you EQ the radio in your car?
I think I tweaked mine a little bit after I bought my car.
Yeah, I think mine's like very small adjustment. Like, yeah, I think like the cymbals were a little too high or something.
Yeah, I want to say I dropped the treble a little bit, and I think I took the bass down a touch too.
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe I boosted
also
the treble and took the bass down, something like that. My car has a pretty okay stereo in it, but
mine too. But I am thinking about putting a system in. I don't know why, but
other questions.
yeah, I think
that's it.
I don't know anything about the new Patreon Creative Hub thing. I'll have to check that out because I've been not that happy with Patreon as a functional system.
Ever use Cantabile as a VST and effects playground? I have no idea what that is. On Unix. Someone Huel Sizer must be drinking some wine or something. What kind of trees do you like? I like willow trees. Willow trees are cool.
Yeah, I like box elder trees because
I don't know what that
usually
is.
morels growing under them in the spring.
Box elder tree.
Yeah, they look pretty cool too.
Okay. Huh. All right. When did Nashville become cool? Nashville's not cool. Stay far the fuck away. I hate Nashville. I like some places in Nashville. I cannot fucking stand Nashville, though. Just the amount of like commercialized horse shit there now is awful. It's like Disneyland for rednecks, but worse. It used to have cool music. It used to have great restaurants. Now it's just a bunch of bachelorette parties going woo, and like people buying cowboy boots on Broadway and getting in fights. And I don't know. There's a couple really good restaurants in Nashville, a couple cool wineries in the area, but I really cannot fucking stand Nashville. I love the area outside Nashville is way better than Nashville proper.
Somebody asked quick new music recommendations, and I am typing because nobody will know how to spell it. Elder Zhangarov he's like a jazz pianist.
Own Venus Theory on Mastodon. That's actually a good point. I don't know how to use Mastodon, but I probably should make a profile there just to have it.
Yeah, it's not too hard. I wonder if I could invite you to social.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I know it's closed off now, but yeah, I mean, you could probably like join Mastodon Music or something.
I don't know what the fuck Mastodon is. Yeah, I don't understand it.
There's it's like just think of it like an email address. Like you choose your server that you're on, and there's a lot of free public servers that you could join.
Okay. Where does the name Venus Theory come from? Already talked about that a bunch. Basically, I watched this like weird conspiracy video when I was younger about how like all the planets in the solar system are Earth at various stages. So like Mars is Earth after the nuclear apocalypse and whatever. And then at the time when I was looking for an artist name, I just needed something that sounded cool with like electronic music, and I thought Venus Theory just sounded neat. Originally, it was me and my wife. She was doing vocals for a lot of the stuff I was doing. And part of it also came from men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So like, ha ha ha. That's really it.
All right. And my final question, off general topic, but what other media have y'all been vibing on? Movies, books, games, shows? Games, I've been playing Mini Metro or Mini Motorways on the Switch before bed.
Maybe I need to take another look at Switch games. I just bought my wife a couple games on Switch, I think, but I've not.
You should definitely get a Switch if we're driving across country. That would probably make your life easier. Yeah, if we're driving to LA, then I would recommend borrowing or something a Switch. And I've been playing Days Gone, which I'm like really annoyed how long it is.
Really?
Like,
I saw that was on sale on Steam and I wanted to get it.
It's fucking excellent.
Is it?
Like,
okay, maybe I will get it then.
Incredible. In terms of like the scariest infected people of any game I've ever played, like, because they're not really zombies in that game, but like in terms of like the animations and behavior of them, that is by far the creepiest. The sounds, everything else. The story is incredible. The story is like GTA quality, like
really?
Red Dead Redemption quality. Yeah, like the story's very well written. The voice acting's incredible. Even the facial animation's really, really good. It looks phenomenal. I have a 30. I think I'm running on a 3080 Ti, and it looks phenomenal. Yeah, it's just that it's taking forever. And I'm just like, come on, I got to get through this. But yeah, and it's dark, man. It's like, there's a lot of really, really, really sad things that happen in it too.
Interesting.
Kind of, yeah, infected like 28 days later, sort of, yeah.
Let's see, what have I been playing lately? I did just buy Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I've wanted to play for a long time, so that's pretty cool. Ready or Not has been super fun. Movie-wise, haven't really watched anything lately. Haven't had a ton of time. Been listening to the Rainbow Six Siege soundtrack, which is awesome, and a lot of Ben Frost's other stuff, which is great. It's probably about it. I don't really do much. I'm just busy. I
think the last book I read was A City Called Heaven, which is probably not interesting to that many people. It's just it's about like the origins of Chicago gospel music. So
yeah, I've been meaning to finish the book Essentialism. I'm still trying to finish. I just haven't had any time. And then I'm reading a book on the philosophy of Black Mirror, which has been interesting, but that's very, I don't know, that's super dense to read because there's a bunch of like notes and stuff too. So that's I don't know that I'm ever going to finish that. That's kind of more like a read it on the toilet book where you read a chapter and go, huh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Favorite dog, my dogs, and the dogs at Hot Rod's Garage Senior Animal Sanctuary, which you can go to the link in the description to help buy out their Amazon wish list. My goal is to have that completed by the end of the week, and we're getting pretty damn close. There's only a couple things left.
Do you know what my very good story to tell before I go? Do you know what my dog did? So yesterday morning, my dog just went outside and went to the bathroom, and then just started eating 3-leaf clovers and and grass and things, just eating plants. And usually I yell at her and then pick her up and make her stop, but she just continued to do it. And I said, you know what? Fine, suffer whatever fucking consequences come from that. Have fun, Lucy. Eat all the grass you want. And so she did. But she never got sick, nothing like that. She digested it all just fine. She's a little dog, and she ate a lot. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I had to go out for the night, and she was pretty angry about that. Last night, she Dutch ovened me so bad that I literally had gotten up out of bed and was shaking out my sheets looking for poo. Like, I thought there was poo in the sheets, but she just fucking farted so bad all night. And I got no sleep just because of this. And still now, I'm still trying to dry my comforter because I had to wash my sheets because they smell like farts. Yeah.
All from clovers, apparently. Yeah. No, my one dog, Ollie, the boy, he's a bit bigger, and yeah, if he rips one, I mean, you will know. Callie's a smaller one. She's Beagle, and we think Chihuahua, and she's got some farts that'll make your eyes water. But Ollie, man, holy fuck, it's like that where you're just like, dude, do you need to go wipe? Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. On that note.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, this has been a very fun stream, way longer than I intended, but cool. Thanks for hanging out with me, Ben. This was great. Thanks for your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. One final reminder, there's a link in the description for an Amazon wish list to donate to Hot Rod's Garage Senior Animal Sanctuary. There's only a handful of things left, and if you donate something, you can join my Discord to share what you donated. Be sure to redact your information, and you could be entered to win Arturia Pigments for a $100 Perfect Circuit gift card, Lunacy Audio's Cube with all the available expansions, PSP AudioWare lets you pick any 3 plugins, and UVI Falcon with all the Falcon expansions. With that, it is time for dinner. Thank you again, Ben. Thank you all for watching. This is the Chablet. Say bye, chat. Bye, Ben.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys tomorrow night.
See you guys.